Well, good morning and welcome to day 3 of our Holy Week Bible study series. If you haven't yet seen day 1 or day 2, they're still up on YouTube, so you can jump back on there and have a look at day 1 and day 2. And today we've got another reading. Today our reading comes from Matthew chapter 26, verses 17 to 35. And this is what it says. On the first day of the festival of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus and asked, "Where do you want us to make the preparations for you to eat the Passover?" He replied, "Go into the city to a certain man and tell him, 'The teacher says, my appointed time is near. I am going to celebrate the Passover with my disciples at your house.'" So the disciples did as Jesus had directed them and prepared the Passover. When evening came, Jesus was reclining at the table with the 12. And while they were eating, he said, "Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me." They were very sad and began to say to him one after the other, "Surely you don't mean me, Lord?" Jesus replied, "The one who has dipped his hand into the bowl with me will betray me. The Son of Man will go just as it is written about him. But woe to the man who betrays the Son of Man. It would be better for him if he had not been born." Then Judas, the one who would betray him, said, "Surely you don't mean me, Rabbi?" Jesus answered, "You have said so." While they were eating, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take, eat, this is my body." Then he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you. This is my blood of the new covenant, which is poured out for the many for the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, I will not drink from this fruit of the vine from now on until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom." When they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Then Jesus told them, "This very night you will all fall away on account of me. For it is written, 'I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock will be scattered.' But after I have risen, I will go ahead of you into Galilee." Peter replied, "Even if all fall away on account of you, I never will." "Truly I tell you," Jesus answered, "this very night, before the cock crows, you will disown me 3 times. But Peter declared, "Even if I have to die with you, I will never disown you." And all the other disciples said the same. Now I'm going to put some discussion questions on the screen, so feel free to pause the video, discuss them with those around you, or just think of the answers on your own, and I'll come back in a minute with some reflection points and a prayer. Well, what a strange time that must have been for the disciples. To be sat round a table eating dinner with your friend, and suddenly he says, "By the way, one of you is going to betray me. Tonight is the night they're going to hand me over." To be looking around at your friends and thinking, which one of us is it going to be? And then all of a sudden, Jesus points out who it's going to be. The emotions must have been just so unbelievable. Sense of betrayal, sadness, grief, anger maybe. All of those things around the dinner table when you're spending the last meal with your friend. That's got to be a really difficult situation to find yourself in. But then he takes some bread and he takes a cup and he says, "These are the things to remember me by." I mean, why would he do that? Well, it's for us. It's for us, so that we can remember that ultimate gift that he gave. The ultimate sacrifice on the cross. The communion that we now share, this is so important because this is how we remember that so important act. The forgiveness of sins for all. And I wonder what you might have felt if you were there. I know I would have felt angry, sad, betrayed, and overwhelmingly confused about this whole situation. But this right here is Jesus telling his friends, don't forget about me. I'm coming back and I will greet you again. But somehow that's lost in all the confusion. But I hope for you it's not lost and that you remember it. Let's pray. Lord, I thank you for this account of the Last Supper. And I pray that you would help us all to remember it. To remember that Jesus will come again. And that communion is your symbol to us of this amazing gift that you've given us. Forgiveness of sins for all people. And I pray, Lord, that you'd help each one of us to remember that as we go from this place. That you'd be with us and you'd be caring for us as we go from here today. Amen. Well, thank you for tuning in today, and join us again tomorrow on Thursday for day 4 of our Holy Week Bible study series. I'll see you then.